This is Arukh HaShulchan Yardeh Siman Lamed Tes Seif Yud Beis 2 Tes Zayin. This is supplemental day 260 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi series. Yud Beis. There should be Raya Leheter. We can bring a proof for Heter in the case where you're not able to check the animal where the sheikh went away and for the bedika, and if we went and come back, then the meat will get ruined. Dinei dinzer kedim battle is this halacha is similar to halacha em valin isla chatchila. You're not supposed to negate nullify a prohibition. The kind of sim tzayib deser also mabato. It's forbidden to the person who did nullify the prohibition deliberately, which is bato b'shilo, and for the person for whom was nullified as well. Because marshal the dafka shiyot as is bato b'avrov nichole. It's only the person for whom it was nullified knows about it and he's happy with this. I feel lo tziva also about even if it did not direct the person doing the nullification nullified. But they nullified something which is not his. We didn't know about it. But it's only permitted for him. That's Yam Shloima. Here too. It's clear to us that the owner of the animal does not want the sheikh to walk away and not to have done a check. We shouldn't find him by forbidding his animal. It's not clear. The bracket says, I am Chagura Shol. Chagura Shmuel, Simit Saik Tes, Yiv Kon Tez, I should doch di Bey Yam Shlema. For near the Chos Besvara Amadi Yam Shlema, he's, Arukh HaShulchan is not Paskin of the Yam Shlema, he says Tzarechim, but he says, whatever he's the Chagura Shmuel, whoever that is, says, it's not enough to be Madcha the Yam Shlema. HaShulchan Beim L'Goy somebody shucks an animal for a non-Jew. So wants to sell the meat to a Jew. He should not leave the animal in his hands between the shechting and the checking. Maybe the guy will put his hand in between the shechita and the checking, and he is through the neck, and he's going to undo any adhesions. I guess the guy knows that adhesions are bad things. The same issue by a Jew who's suspect. However, after the fact it was done, it's permitted. There's a double suffix. Suffix ichnis, suffix loichnis. There's a question whether he put his hand in or not. I mean, so ichnis, he put his hand in. Maybe there was no adhesion anyway. That's lavush. Maybe it's a fake gomer. It's not an absolute fake. Because down the primary reasons, much because of Rabbeinu Ramah, Seif Yud Zayin. It's like the primary reason, like Ramah wrote, they came because of Ramah Rabbanan. In the final analysis, checking long is rabbinic. Therefore, we go in the suffix to be lenient. But if the butchers regularly do this, then then we should be concerned even after the fact. Having made it if it's deliberate. And it's preferable to can be meticulous about this no matter what. Not to leave it go out of the hands of a Shoymel Shabbos before it's checked properly. You doubt. But if you see the treifa, a boy remove the sands. He said it's from the Gaspnim, presumably, and he said it's treifa. Then somebody else put his hand in. I didn't find anything treif. Originally, with first one's belief. Perhaps the second checker put his hand in with strength and remove the adhesion. Or perhaps the first guy who put his hand in removed the sircha when he removed his hand. That's the shach. The Torah believe the person who's checking on the shechita and on b'dika when he's involved with it. He said, since the Torah gave him this credence, he's as if he's two witnesses. One subsequent witness is not sufficient to contradict him. You need the first reason, nevertheless, that perhaps the sircha was swept away inadvertently for a case in which two people stuck in their hands after the original person. That even though it's like it's 2 against 1, and nevertheless, the first one is believed. The bracket says, look at the Taz and Prima Godim, and he says, according to what he wrote, it's not whatever they're writing about. It's not an issue. Test Vav. Boydek Shichnis Yodo, if a checker was putting his hands on my trefa masasibay. I found a tray of tarfus in the rail. The Bachar Nizbar Shlo Yiftach No Yiftach HaTarpa Shadain. And then it became clear that the diaphragm has never opened up. Tos Amarkain, he made this is a mistake. Shadain Lo Paka Bras, he didn't touch the lung. Upasla Tarpash, and they opened the diaphragm with Kun, they checked the Velonin Soba Tarfus, and there were no Tarfus was found. Makshina, so he said it's kosher. Vlomin, you don't say to Lahir Gishim Yishmusha, maybe he felt when he was manipulating it, is the treif or some treif. Af Kodem Mesichas Tarbash, even before they opened the diaphragm. Choponsi Otsi, they at least from him it should be also. Because he made it for himself a piece of prohibited substance. We don't assume something which is not prevalent. We assume a mistake. We don't have to ask. Don't have to even ask him what was his intent here. It says if you look at Lucius Swatter, whatever, based on whatever he wrote, it works out well. But that's the belief. He says he found the trephus in the lung. I remember trephus stam, but he just said generically I found trephus. The fact we open diaphragm doesn't work. The fact that the diaphragm is not open at the time is not effective in contradicting him. Maybe he found trephus some other limb, some other organ. So that's. He says, no, I meant the lung. But I made a mistake in opening the diaphragm. It seems he's believed. Those say the Aeronam is not believed. To say he made a mistake. That's interesting. Simon Chadash explained. Bokim don't normally make mistakes, which in itself is a big chiddush. But lo nirakain, I don't think so. Says Arukh Shulchan. It's too big a chiddush to Arukh Shulchan too. The Yosef eno kosher achil treifus. He's more not suspect to be machal treifus. Well, what about that? It's not prevalent to make a mistake. It's also not prevalent treifus that we shouldn't find now the treifus. And so therefore, since the body is not suspect, the he's definitely believed. So let's go back and go over that again because I might have mixed. I don't know if I translate well. Some people say he's not believed to say he made a mistake because he's not didn't make a Bodig is not we're going to make is not suspect to make a mistake. But Arukh rejects it. He says that was the actual course. He said the Taz. He says no. He's more not suspect to want to give people treifus. So therefore, if he says he made a mistake, we believe it. And what about the fact that it's not prevalent for them to make a mistake? Okay, it's also not prevalent that we shouldn't find any treifus now and now either, right? So it must be treifus if there was treifus, right? There was treifus, not going to find it. So therefore, since the body is not kosher, he is believed to say, yeah, I made a mistake. There were no treifus. I just didn't open the tarpash properly. The checker says the sircha was not in order of the lobes, which is no good. But treifa. And another checker contradicts him and said, it was in order of the lobes, and it's called from lobe to adjacent lobe. It's kosher. The first guy gets the basin first. Now is believed like two. Two witnesses can't contradict him, even though it's your day, not kosher mishpat. Coming to base is tremendous chiddush. Because going to basin, what's the significance going to basin? We're talking about your day question, not a kosher mishpat question. No. Going to basin means, so to speak, that this is where the halacha is determined. I assume if they came to Rav, it would be the same thing. Okay, well, the first psak is where's Nemak Beitrei. Both came simultaneously. Mukminon, I read it in that sentence. The original basin these were like two, and the other witness no one witness contradicted. Both came simultaneously. You say, well, one witness counts another witness. And we put the animal on the assumption of after which they had. It's kosher. if two witnesses contradict the one who says that it's uh, uh, they say it's kosher. So and two witnesses contradict them and say it's kosher. Feel by becoming even the guy came previously him them. Okay, there's another big cliche. Nama betray. Nama betray is not the same thing as betray. So if it's Nama betray that it's treif, but then two people come and say no, we felt it's not treif. So then even he came first, they are believed. But I feel now even if we consider him like two, uke trei had a tray. The we'll do make it. It's 2 against 2. Vuke be'emechas kaseta. Animals could be mutter. The Abshar came the Rabbanan lov min achazaka betray or trey kamvura be'yuvamas. However, since mi Rabbana, it's possible it says yuvamas lamrav that by the Rabbanan, that mi Rabbanan, we don't say in a place of trey betray that go zil b'sachazaka kamvura yuvamas lamrav. Kamvura also in this case will also be also. Okay, the fact that the two since the two came afterwards. Even though it's two and two, so the two are maksha came afterwards. Even though it's 2 and 2, and the we should say okay, nevertheless, he says not that way. We should read aser. V'yesh Lisaj said this requires more consideration, which HaShulchan is obviously not giving us today. And that's it for today.